Our reps seem to be under fire. See wetin dey happen here. 130 million for SUV cars. Abi, see our budget with the servicing debt go up into 8.2 billion. You understand? Many have considered this to be very much insensitive. Wetin you get to talk for this matter? You know, say Nigerians are furious, and as I don't come, me say I don't invest this money. Why?
The question they should ask is how many of them have been recalled? How many of them have been recalled? Since 1999, we have treated them like local almighties. We can do anything against the president, but the National Assembly seems to have one immunity that nobody knows about. Until Nigerians rise to them and look them in the eye and call their bluff, we put them there. They have no business doing this rubbish now. This is insanity. It's not insanity. This is insanity. Because these guys, what you don't even know is that there's what you call oversight checkpoints. Each time they go for these committees, after they fight for committees, when they go for these committees, they threaten heads of these agencies and they have to bribe them. The ones that don't get bribed are the ones they put on TV. Quote me anywhere. Any journalist knows what I'm talking about. Nigeria is a very funny country.
Investigation.
So that until Nigerians rise up to them, most of them become billionaires once the International Assembly. How do they make the money? How do they make the money? And they're so arrogant, they assume that they
will tell you their salary is this. But they will not tell you the real actual. Have you heard, apart from Shehu Sane, that have said they collect interest of 50 million naira money?
And now because they know they power again.
No, he said,
he
was under fire.
He said this thing is too much.
If not that he's a prominent member in the Senate, they would have suspended him.
That money they collect as allowance and salary is less than what they make on committees.
Hey, that's what I mean.
The real money from committees.
Have they even agreed on this one?
It's like oversight.
They have not even agreed that they collect up to that sum of that amount.
They won't agree now.
They collect about something million naira.
They won't agree.
That something million naira monthly.
What they're getting for that place, that's why they are fighting to the net.
Until Nigerians rise up to them.
And that is what Shehu Sani had, the problem he has. Because he's trying to open their nyash.
So wetin we go do now? Wetin we go do as a nation?
There is nothing we can do.
Wetin we go do? Hardship plenty.
Don't say there's nothing we can do.
That thing we're supposed to do, I cannot say it here.
No, if it's legal, if what you are saying is legal, you understand? Protesting is legal.
It's not about.
How many times? Wait. Excuse me. One after the other. Okay. How many times have we locked up National Assembly and said, you people, what you are doing is, you can't continue this mess with us.
If you lock National Assembly now, wait, let me tell you now, and let me tell you, if we now say we are locking, if we say we are locking National Assembly now, Akwa Ibom people say, is it Abio that started it? I'm coming, it will come. Kaduna people will say, is it a bus? Today they have started buying vehicle? I don't understand. Number one,
the Kaduna people, then hungry no they catch them. I mean, they are quite people hungry no they catch them.
It's there. Look at what happened during NSAS.
NSAS was
different. Nothing different about NSAS. NSAS, we know what politics are doing.
Now say NSAS
when NSAS was there was no political motive about NSAS. It's about police brutality against the youth.
Interest of Nigeria.
There was no protest in the north. They said they want to remove Buhari. If you think that
it's an interest,
let me tell you, you want to tell me that if you start protest today, the Yorubas will join you. How? How would they join you?
They won't. This kind of thinking.
Okay, now it's there. What you are talking about?
I allowed you to talk. Can I talk?
You said something.
One after the other. No, let me talk about this. Let me talk.
You are now based on what you said. For my own understanding is that when Fulani man was a president, all those things have not come about. Now Yoruba man have become a president, they are not giving analysis of all these things. Not only you that go to school. Based on what you talk about, that is it. Is it because...
I mentioned that.
That is based on what you talk about, from my own understanding.
No. I know we are. You know, when you said this sentiment...
Let me say this. Let me say this.
Okay.
I will walk away. I don't
argue to learn.
We're supposed to be discussing, not arguing. I don't argue.
No, that's what he's saying.
One after the other.
Just hold on. Make him talk.
You see, this idea of saying that Yoruba people, you see, as long as you can think like this, they have defeated you in your mind. That's the truth.
Because that sentiment keeps revolving.
When I talked about NSAS being different, I know what I was talking about. I wasn't even aware what happened or not. Now, you may not expect Northerners to back you in NSAS. You know why? SARS was not doing what kind of things they were doing in other places in northern Nigeria. So they don't have that challenge. So they don't understand what you're talking about. This is different. Now, my anger with NSAS was the way it was managed. And I'll say it over and over again. I mean, you have no business going to Lekki toll gates. Once you reduce NSAS to anti-Tinubu, you created issues for yourself.
A different dimension.
You understand? You are fighting against SARS. Fight against SARS. But once you bring Tinubu into it, other things come into it. It's not into the sentiment. That is how it works. You get what I'm saying? If you are wired towards protesting, on what premise? Is it idealistic or prejudicial? If you want to the protest in Lagos, you don't go to Lekki and lock Lekki toll gates. Wait, that's the most sensitive toll gate in the entire Lagos state. And that the economy of Lagos state revolves around.
In every protest, there must be a rally.
I allowed you to talk. I allowed you to talk. Let me talk. I allowed you to talk.
Okay.
And when the Lagos state governor, Sanwo-Olu, said there was going to be a curfew today, it was just common sense to have obeyed the state government. Every other state did that. You get what I'm saying? Don't forget that Sanwo-Olu was the first to take your issue to Buhari. He took the matter to Buhari, and Buhari was listening to him. But you are still doing all kinds of things to turn it into a crisis. And one thing you don't use emotions. When you want to engage institutions, you don't use emotions. You sit down and think it through. The pros and the cons, you weigh a lot of things. You understand? And when you now locked up Lekki toll gate, don't forget that we were coming from lockdown. I'm from Lagos. We were locked down for 3 months before then. So you want to now lock down people's mind? People are already losing their mind. You now lock down their life, and it's not fair. I have families who had to run out of their houses because of what happened, what youths did in Lagos State. They were running out because policemen ran away, so there was no security. But you don't talk about that one. You know how many women were raped? How many houses were burgled? How many people were killed? And those are the people that robbers entered the house to house, and were killing them because police were not working. Soldiers were not working. Customs left their posts. All kinds of things are happening. But you don't look at the other side. So don't bring that entrance, don't bring it to it. We're looking at House of Rep members who are violating Nigerians. And we should hold them accountable. Because listen.
What brought about NSAS?
We're not discussing NSAS here.
This
you brought NSAS.
This one too. If we are going there, we're not going to lock it. Are we not going to lock
No,
I'll leave.
yes.
I'm sorry, I'll leave.
No, just continue. We're discussing to learn. We're discussing to learn.
Sentiment.
We're discussing to learn.
He said now what you
know me, I'm not a sentimental person.
The reason why I make a comment here, you say sentiment. The reason
We're
why
discussing to learn, Mr. Perez.
is a sentiment. This now when there are
things that are coming up. But there's something he cleared. Northern Nigerians, he said the things that some of the southeast and the southwest were encountering as a result of police brutality was alien to the northern Nigerian.
I agree.
Because they weren't facing you, so you understand. So that was the point he was trying to make here. Because he talked about going to the National Assembly.
The sentiment, what I'm trying to also emphasize, the sentiment in the north then, not really, because we are not suffering this. They didn't have that issue of starting up and down. They didn't have that issue. Then we are saying that
we are looking at it like an anti-Buhari.
We have exploited to remove Buhari. That's the way they.
Their own understanding.
That's the way understanding.
But please, can we focus this in on how do we handle these issues? Because I consider this very, very insensitive.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
You see, in management, there's what we call pragmatic engagement. What that means is that you focus on one thing, not 2, 3, 4, 5 things. You see, if you wait for a perfect setting, there will never be a perfect setting. And whether you believe it or not, that is what politicians have over every other Nigerians. Politicians can have all kinds of interests, but whenever the most important interest comes, they forget about every other thing and they face that thing. When would we Nigerians learn to zero in on critical issues? If we say the issue now is House of Rep members who are going to buy cars of 130 million naira each, that's an issue. Let's zero down on that issue and forget about what we think.
They have already bought it too. It's not that they're going to.
Whether they have bought it or not, listen to me. If we hold them accountable on that issue,
They have delivered it to them.
Okay, it's been delivered. What are we going to do? Because it will continue.
The problem we are having now.
It's not the first time
look
of
at
buying
this.
it. They have been buying
You know,
it.
I said something earlier on. I said from 99, governors have been removed from office. How the deputy governor have been removed from office, but no member of the House of Rep has been exited from office by his constituents. Does that ring a bell? We have not recalled one. Not one has been recalled. I don't understand.
I will carry our head of resources.
I don't understand your problem.
If you give your head of resources to who cannot give account,
Like who?
as they are buying, and we are under our economics today, 130 million SUV.
In time of hardship like this.
In the time of hardship like this.
They're very wicked.
Now, me and you, we are here arguing. At the end of the day, I will ask you, can you buy me pure water? We ask ourselves pure water. Now we say we are Nigeria. What makes us a Nigerian? And who is your resource, head of resources? None of them for each country. That is where they come from. That is why I say we hand over our gold that we are rearing, that will born for us to eat, to leopard. Leopard will finish it. We will eat to eat. That's
the National Assembly is also part of the Constitution.
Yes, under the Constitution.
It's unknown to a lot of people. You see, when you talk about democracy, that's why when I look at Nigerians need to go back and learn and study. Let's tell ourselves some basic truths. Nigerians don't understand democracy at all. Hold it. I didn't agree with you.
No, just hold on. Mr. Perry, hold on.
We are not speaking.
No, wait, hold on.
In Nigeria, you carry a minister, give
hold on.
Minister of Women Affairs, give to a carpenter.
No, they come.
A minister. Who is the minister of your state? Your constituency.
Hold on. In the
senator that represents you.
You are not making points.
Mr. Perry, please, you are talking about democracy, the need for us to go back and unlearn to relearn.
Are we practicing democracy? He said something. He said they give head of resources to House of Reps. Are you aware that by law, the president cannot spend money without the people?
Yes.
Okay.
By law, the National Assembly are the most democratic institution as far as we're concerned. Because they represent very local people. You get what I'm saying? That's what gives them so much power. But you see, like the Japanese, what's the essence of power without control? The control of National Assembly is not judiciary. It's the people. It's the people. If you take this, okay, let me give you an example. I remember something now. A member of the House of Reps was denied seats. You know what happened? His people said, "Okay, you went to National Assembly. All you do is speak grammar. Grammar that we don't even understand. You know what I'm talking about?" And they said, "You're not going back there again." Now that's a good one. But let's go further. Let's begin to recall House of Rep members, senators. Let's begin to recall them. Until you can recall them, they will think they are nobody. As far as they are concerned, they don't give a damn what you do.
Use poverty to weaponize the whole people. The people that your constituency has number of a percentage that will recall you. Imagine if these people, with the amount of money they are amassing, give these people 10,000 naira, not even sign the record this process. Will you alcohol? I think one House of Reps, the senator that it was Dino Melaye, that one was political when the governor wanted to recall him, but the constituency didn't agree with him. I don't know if it's something. So they have weaponized the country with poverty. You understand? This thing you are talking is okay in a place where where people are educated. You understand what I'm saying? Poverty affects the brain. How many people understand what is record? How many people know that they can record National Assembly members?
Now it's going back there. So how many people understand?
They don't even know. So even if they know, what can they do? They are powerless. My brother, these people they are so powerful.
Is there a need for us to? People kept talking about re-amending the constitution. The foundation is wrong. What is really the problem? The problem now with black man. I've been now with. The problem now with black man. I've been now with our constitution. What is the problem? The other day we talk. Person talk say black man. I make everybody call us monkey. He said, because we reason like monkeys. What is really the problem?
President now, when he was in opposition, he was shouting restructuring. Since a few months now, have you heard of restructuring again?
Yeah, only done 4 months.
Okay, I know it will never. Nobody can even resist. We know that. My brother, I said nobody will do that. Can't do that.
Can I say this?
I say it.
But I don't think it's even if that is going to work. It's not it's not solely on one person. It's dependent on two-thirds of.
I agree with you.
Can I say this?
When he was in opposition, he was shouting restructuring. Have you heard of restructuring? Even the last administration they denied it from their manifesto.
Mr. Pell, why don't you agree?
The letter set up a refined committee. At the end of the day, where is the report of that committee?
So why you not agree with that? No, he may not agree with you. Why didn't you agree with him?
It's not about agreeing or not agreeing.
He knows what I'm saying.
No, I don't know how you're seeing it, but I'm saying how I see it. Now, you have only been there for 4 months. You would agree with me that this Tinubu is trying to stabilize his administration. That's why it's appointing who is appointing from here. Because until you have the right set of team, and then you have the proper synergy, you cannot begin to walk towards bigger things. Restructuring will hit the foundation of Nigeria. If as the president today you are sworn in, you start restructuring, Nigeria will scatter.
Just to add to that again, we are seeing that the government saying they want to, all the money they want to use for palliative is about 3.27 trillion naira. They are still to borrow about $100 and something billion. So now people are asking the question, $1.5 billion. Now,
plus 80 million.
Plus African development.
Yeah, plus $80 million, right? Now, the money for fuel subsidy removal, which earlier when Tinubu came up in 2 months, and he said from what the gains have been gotten from fuel subsidy, what about in 2 months, have hit about 1 trillion. So people are asking a lot of questions. This money, even the palliative where they say that they share, where the thing did, people never receive them, and all of that. So Nigerians are beginning to doubt this administration.
You are telling them to import it from Japan. What are the things in place to tell you that, look, this government is going the right way? Because when we are suffering, we suffer with the hope that it will be better. But what are the things on ground to tell you that, look, this government is right?
Before I go to that, sometimes we try to mix a lot of things together. National Assembly does something wrong, we say the president.
Yeah, because he's the head of state.
I have the floor. I have the floor. National Assembly does something wrong, you say, oh, the president. Your governor does a mess, say the president. We must sit down and understand what democracy translates to, number one. Number two, we must sit down and ask ourselves what we deserve in a democracy. Before we begin to demand for what we deserve in a democracy. You get what I'm saying? Now, whether we believe it or not, a lot of things have been done rightly. A lot of things have, for instance, the insecurity that we had before, the insecurity challenge we had before, you can see that it's really come down to a great extent.
Brother, you are not in somewhere. You are not in Nigeria. You came from somewhere. No, I'm not insulting you. I said you came from somewhere. Why are you telling me insecurity?
If you get
just kidnapping people. I don't know.
It's not an insult.
Where that come from?
It's okay.
I'm from your village.
Talking as if you're not.
I'm from your village. I won't see things like you see it.
No, what
I'm not wild like you.
No,
I won't see things like you see it.
I will see it. I know how many people they have killed in Taraba since May till now.
Okay, gentlemen.
I know how many people they killed in Jos.
Can you compare?
We are not comparing. We are not comparing
now with what you thought before.
We are not comparing anything. We are not comparing anything.
Okay. No, he asked you a few questions.
We are not here to let me tell you, we are not here to compare.
We are all learning,
Mr. The problem we are having in Nigeria is when Buhari came. Let me tell you, Buhari blamed PDP for 8 years. People have entered now, they are blaming Buhari. They will continue to blame 4 years.
Okay, please, let him, Mr. Pera, this is the man you were talking to. Just hold on, please.
They are just here to blame them for blame them.
Okay, he was answering this man. Please, let's listen and learn.
You're right, you're on the right.
Just go. You were listening or something.
The challenge is that the average Nigerian thinks like this man. You see?
No, don't worry. Go ahead.
Just go ahead.
It's an issue.
Just go ahead.
Yes, sir. I talked about the issue of insecurity. Then I talked about even the reforms at the Office of the National Security Advisor. For the first time now, you have, for the second time, the first time I was done in Abacha, but in the middle of the democratic thing, the first time you have a non-retired general as NSA.
But he's a policeman.
He's a policeman, but he's not a general. He used to be generals. Now, whether we believe it or not, the level of corruption in that office before now was wicked and brutal. But the office of the NSA in Nigeria has been used to loot money for a long time. The issue of oil bunkering and things like that is all of the things that happen around it. You get what I'm saying? Now that you have a retired policeman as NSA, no general will want to do a mess and be queried by a retired policeman. That's one. Then going back to the subsidy removal, bros, some decisions that are called tough decisions in management. That's why you do pragmatic thinking, and it will affect you. I tell you earlier on, I said a woman has cancer. It's cancer of the breast. Doctor says it will become malignant. That means it will start spreading if you don't remove the breast. Every woman washes her breasts. Breast is like an idol to women. Doctor now says, come madam, this breast has to go. Either the breast go or your life goes. They remove the breast. That's a tough one. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's like what happened with the subsidy removal. Now, out of the, I thought the subsidy, yeah, done subsidy removal.
Sorry, can I say something?
Yeah.
Are you aware that 1 month after the removal of subsidy, subsidy was paid?
Well, are you aware? I would not say subsidy was paid. I would say there was an intervention. Hold it. There was an intervention.
The thing I'm saying is that...
Can I talk?
What I'm saying is that there is nothing on ground now.
Listen, the intervention...
Allow him to arrive.
The intervention was to make sure that the fuel price does not increase again. Because of the international crisis in the energy sector.
How much are we buying fuel now?
I think it's 630 or 620 something. But it's like gone to 800 and something or 8,000. The truth is the marketers want to make it 1,000. You understand? And in a democracy, you can't arrest the marketers. So you have to be tactical when you're engaging them. Then when you look at the fiscal policy or the issues of National Assembly, the central bank, before now we had 2 parallel markets. And what that translates to is that, let me say it in layman's language, people take dollars at 400 something naira, go and say that build the change at 750 and become emergency millionaires. Now that has been zeroed out.
Yeah, correct.
That's a good policy. The problem of the challenge is that the average Nigerian wants immediate solutions. And my friend, even ordinary malaria, when you see the doctor, it's not the day that you become well. Malaria, you have malaria and typhoid, it's not the day you become well.
So your question is...
No, he has not answered my question. Because what I'm saying is that you can't be doing the same thing the same way and expect different results.
So what are the things that he's doing that are similar to what has happened in the past?
Now, the present government has not introduced any policy that is going to change the life of the people. One is, let's look at subsidy removal. We know it is time for the subsidy to go. But what are the things you put in place to cushion the effects? You see, the tax liberalization you're talking about is only benefiting the rich already. The man in the street is not...
I didn't talk about tax liberalization.
Okay, I thought I heard
I talked about tax to GDP.
Okay, tax to GDP.
Rejigging the dynamics of the tax to GDP regime.
And has it affected the tax?
You see, these things are not things that happen immediately. I told you. I think ordinary malaria. You know what I'm talking about.
Let's be
okay, so Tinubu is 4 months in power.
When we're children, let me say it. When we're children and we have malaria. When we're children, we had malaria. And daddy says you have to go and see the doctor. We assume that once we see the doctor, we'll get okay. And no children the way they think now. So they give you the drugs and they have to encourage you to take the drugs, to do this. Sometimes it takes like a week for you to now start getting yourself together again. Now, this thing that is being dealt with has been in the system. And don't be deceived. The average Nigerian too is corrupt. Let's tell ourselves some basic truths. The average Nigerian is not as nice as they make you believe they are. The only anger is that they are not at the level of doing what those big boys are doing to us. You get what I'm saying? So let's be more liberal and let's be more objective in our thinking. And then the fact that the person I voted for did not win election does not mean that I should demonize the system.
You said something.
Who is even demonizing the system?
Security.
It was the system that a man that ruling you that we are feeling now.
Okay. Issue of security.
It is not my system. It is the system of that baby boy that you put for Asoro. But that man never matured to be a president.
Who?
According to you, he said.
Who never matured?
Just 4 months. That means a president of 4 months have never matured now. Your body have never, Tinubu have never matured.
Oliver.
To handle handle Nigeria affairs.
Oliver, come. Don't run away, come.
Oliver, come now.
For you to give us a 4 month, that is a 4 month now. That means he's not a matured man.
Hold it.
Say, he never reached point
He
of
never reached
delivery.
anywhere.
No, the pregnant are 9 months, never reached point of delivery.
He have not. According to the speech he made now.
That's not what I told you.
They mentioned 4 months.
You chose to believe that.
That malaria, a man that affected by malaria will have a time to be cured.
You know,
Which day that Tinubu will cure Nigeria problem? No matter the ideas you have, when you get into power,
But because you have the good, the bad, and the ugly spread everywhere.
and you must be careful of collateral damage when you're doing things. Already, democracy.
Your brother have made the senators rich.
My brother.
You are here to defend your brother.
I know who your brother. You are defending your
You are
brother.
not speaking on behalf of anybody here. You are speaking on behalf of your brother, and you are defending him.
Who mean brother?
According to him,
Who mean brother?
You know him very well.
If I'm not there yet now.
You know him very well. You know how he defend the brother all the time. He's always defending him.
Whether the brother is even not well.
So got to tell us something important.
Okay, let's see to continue. Continue telling us.
The problem of the subsidy. We are dying. Which hope are we putting ourselves?
Bros, I agree with you that there are challenges. Every one of us is going through tough times.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But you see, we don't fix our eyes on our tough times. If not, we lose our strength. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying it's our choice to be hopeful. As we strive towards excellence, it's our choice to be hopeful. But I can assure you that this man will do things differently. You and I, you are a media person, you know what I'm talking about. The challenge there are too many issues to handle at the same time.
And it's not a military regime.
It's not by decree.
It's not by decree.
Okay, look at NLC. He had to go and beg NLC not to go on strike. If it's military, you sack them. I'm able to not fall.
Even your own children for house sometimes some they rebel against you.
Oh.
You know, some even carry gun and kill you. How much more in a very large system?
So we can only be hopeful. Like, you know, I tell look, there are two things you must never lose in life: your courage and your hope. If you lose courage and you lose hope, you're a dead man. You're only waiting to be buried. So you don't have to wait for anybody to encourage you to be hopeful. You must choose to be hopeful.
Optimistic.
I as a person, I look at the good things that I see are beginning to happen.
And for ignoring the negative things.
Ignoring the negative, I see my cup as half full, not half empty. Don't fix your eyes on what you don't have or what is not working. You get what I'm saying? If you look into your life, you know there are things to be happy about. You can't kill yourself because there are challenges in Nigeria. Because there have been challenges all this while, but you must keep building towards hope.
Come here.
You must keep building towards hope and strength.